live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is no.
Good morning, sunshine, sunshine, sunshine.
I like rivers, sailboats, fishermen, skinny dipping swimmers, kids turning rocks over, catching little critters, eagle in a pine tree, eyeballing dinner. My uncle used to cut school to hit the Susquehanna, kept himself a rod and really hit up in a bramble. The school took attendance, it was quiet as a mouse. He was at the river pulling out a giant by its mouth. A river in the daylight is energy and life. A river in the dark can be a genuine surprise. You might find some lovers getting cozy on a shore, or a cold-blooded psychopath disposing of a corpse, sitting by the Hudson River talking to a ghost. I wish that we could rock a beat and smoke vanilla tones. I miss the way you rhyming, how you never had a clone. Ain't a motherfucker living that could ever crack the code. I like rivers, freight ships passing through old drawbridges. It looks so cool when you catch from a distance, a little less cool when you're stuck inside your Civic. I wonder what could possibly be lurking on the bottom. I look into the water and imagine all the options. A fish we never knew about, some rusty old jalopy, the murder weapon used to catch the 8th dimension body. I seen a beaver chilling by the bank of the Willamette. We gazed upon each other, undeniably enchanted. A wave of telepathic information through the filter. It said, when I go to heaven, I want you to have the river. He also said the others had agreed that I was chosen. Just don't mention it in front of them. It's gloating, it's for no one. I'm pretty sure you don't have the authority to say this, but thank you, I accept. I'll have my lawyer draft the papers. I like rivers, hard to put a price on water for the village. I jumped into the Amazon to launder all my atoms. The child prayer had me spilling coffee on the captain. My heart is in the East River, floating on a frisbee that came in from the Long Island Sound, a sojourn in a city. It's not the kind of water where you throw a triple Lindy. If you get some on your skin, they probably notify your siblings. I picture a scenario where someone's held me captive. An escape would mean to build a raft and navigate some rapids. I wonder if my training from the School of TV Magic would beget some makeshift watercraft that make up for Damascus. In practice, I have no desire to get into the water. I like to know it's there in the event I ever wanna. Waterfalls, tributaries, Lichtenberg figures, twilight fireflies. I like rivers.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
I'm a glutton with a food, steal, shimmy and shake. Not a fingerprint to pin him to a physical plane. Probably show up as an isolated pocket of cold. Got a way of making tilapia hop in the boat. I was fending off a lizard on the dock of the lake and see him reek smoking something I forgot how to say. Maybe 20 paranoia, 80 plotted against. Palm reader calling in his archaeologist friend. It's been a long and bitter breakup with the science of sleep. I'm through the lobby on my stomach with a knife in my teeth. Brave winter rain, slicker rubber, mutant is cold. Finally free of all you buggers, I should pull through a phone. I can transform later when the gradient fades. There's a paranormal energy awakening engaged. There's a Kawasaki out behind a barn in Gore. Money said if you could start it, it's yours. Forecast warm, left of a chicken for the dogs. I've been jumping over fences in 100 different forms. Next week warm, message at the town. I've been sketching on the roof or getting sketchy in a strobe. Warm, 6 legs circle in a drain. I've been swatting it for 20, it's impervious to pain. Next week warm, battle in the cough. I've been running ragged trying to shake an apparition off. In the pitch dark searching for the source of the hex. Got a loyal tentacle in every corner of hex. Hooded figure from the wreckage of an alien ship. Nest Cafe, washing down a snake on a stick. Spotted floating down a river, trying to curse and Khmer with no shirt, 7 days worth of dirt in his hair. When the motor finally molded to the accident prone, had to flag another Captain Phantasm in tow. I've been ignoring any semblance of relatable earth. I got a homie from the region who can name every bird and tell you what it is to wake up with a tank in the yard. Type of shit to make you question what your days even are. There's a holy waterfall where you can rinse and repeat. Find religion while the minnows eat the skin off your feet. If you wake me on a January morning at 4, don't get excited when I bark at the door. Forecast warm, left of a chicken for the dogs. I've been jumping over fences in 100 different forms. Next week warm, message at the town. I've been sketching on the roof or getting sketchy in a stroll. Warm, 6 legs circle in a drain. I've been swatting, it's a pain. Next week warm, battle in the cough. I've been running ragged trying to shake an apparition off. I'm a slow burn, crawl around the road, work something from the other side, clawing at the known. Cover boy your cookies with the autumn incarnate heel city. By the time your eyes adjusted to the darkness, parts uncharted, always find the corners cozy. You can send your fastest riders. I return the horses lonely. Roller, the local, note the lucky charms. Jacket waves away as visitors from 10 minutes in front of a tainted energy signature. Still bullseyeing womp raps from the scenic route. Sugar in his coffee like a seance in the TV room. The cheek swab came back half amazing. Half of what he make end up on his lab apron. It's quieter than most, I'm mostly mastering the science of keeping one's composure while the limbic system's lighting up. Some try to combat any kind of odd force trying to make contact. Nah, let it in, let it in. Let it in, let it in. Some try to stonewall any kind of woo-woo trying to make a phone call. Nah, let it in, let it in. 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 Bring around a revenant, let it in. Said he wasn't ready yet, he never left the edges yet. Stuck around for more than just a parlor trick or flickering fluorescence. Had a couple still to visit with a million pressing questions like, where were you the night of? What are you traversing Earth in spite of? How are you adjusting to the triumph? I'm asking for a friend who caught a loss and never surfaced. Simply curled up in his cubby, shutting down the central nervous. Look, float up in an urgent care, a checkerboard of blurry squares. Flowers in the lobby shrivel back into the earth and where? Humans in the lobby holding crosses up. I understand the caution, but some of you just want to see the coffin dump until the coffin jump. Then it's what I call a pump. Didn't even get to where he coughed in blood and talking tongues. Not to mention once you hassle the horde, it doesn't matter how much furniture you stack at the door. Yeah. Some try to combat any kind of odd force trying to make contact. Nah, let it in, let it in. 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 Let it in.
Patience, one up for shackle me, not clean logic procreation. I did not invent the wheel, I was the crooked spoke adjacent. While the triple sixers lassos keep angels rolls in the basement. I walk the block with a halo and a stick, poking your patience. Y'all catch a 30-second flash visual. Dirty cooperative net platoon, bloom head trip split ridiculous. Fathom the splicing of first generation. Fuck up what trickle down any hero smack. I pieced me game for 0 hour completion. Green slash, Duke of early retirement, pick a dream. A mirror hog in the square door open so you can let if you stop all around the jungle time. And I spell it with the H I stole from heritage. Merit crunch stole the wretched refuse of my teaming resonance. I promise. Tempest towards breed with a bleeding conscience. See the creed accents responsive, but my sports towards the wattage. And I'm sleeping now. Wow. Yeah, the settlers laugh. You won't be laughing when your covered wagons crash. You won't be laughing when the buses drag your brother's flags to rags. You won't be laughing when your front lawn spangled with epitaphs. Won't be laughing. Then I'll hang my boots to rest when I'm impressed. So I triple knot them and forgot them. This origami dream is beautiful, but man, those wings will never leave the ground without a feather and a lottery ticket. Now settle down. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. Headline with a pulse. Shimmy cross the centerfold. At a dead time in gold. Divvy crumbs for the better souls. When 7 deadly stains and here to blame the crystal conscience. The results are low life counting on one hand when he's accomplished. Okay. Link me to activism chain. Activate street sweep. Plug deteriorating centipede Pendragon. I hawk sports course for the morbid spreading of mad valley. God sick in their Lincoln Lord cabin and Charlie Chaplin waddle. I could zigzag and zig 'em again, but a badge gleam sparkle in my brick wall windows. Another thick installment of One Night in Gotham without the wretched. Houston, we have a problem. Attached to the festive batch of city goblins. Split holiday freak on a box cut cinema high road bellow head rips watch red bricks turn yellow sorta similar to most backbones at Camp Icarus raw the crowds congregating and pampered for bickering. Life's not a it's a beautiful woman you only call her a cause she won't let you get that. Maybe she didn't feel y'all shared any similar interests or maybe it's just an who couldn't sweet talk the princess. Kiss the speaker wire Peter passing for some pagan threshold. Stomach full of halo kibbles. Wingspan cast black upon visuals. Hit a duck hunt, take a tape vision and pick apart the pixels. I got a friend of polar nature and it's all peace. When I see similar stars but can't sit at the same feast. Metal captain, this cat is asking if I seen his bit of lost passions. Told him yeah, but only when I pedaled past. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted wanted was to pick apart the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick apart the day, put the pieces back together my way.
Black is the color of the snow. Snacks in the cupboard by the stove. 3 wicks clutter up his home. Keep 6 whatever you know. Keep it shovel in the cold. Keep silly party on the funnies. Nail down to some of what you own. Bone every someone that you owe. Cut your own hair innocent. Change into something that you wear if you were summoned to the throne. Do advanced math on the walls. Talk to your plants. Tell them something bad from the vaults. Try to split a lanolin to 3s. Visualize the future with your tabby and a broth. Make your own arrows. Learn to throw an axe to a log. Get a casual as a catch you in the mall. Write a phone number with a magnum on your arm. Wonder when you call it, someone answer, but they aren't there to talk. Black is the color of the snow. Cash in the cupboard by the stove. 3 kicks clutter up his home. The green is a fairy in the fog. Sheepskin buffer in the cold. Sweet winter carry you to God. Free brunch buffet on a boat. Real maple syrup is involved. Real shame peace is a theory, not a law. Precipitation should be clear, not at all, but
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
black is the color of the snow. Stash in the cupboard by the stove. Keep 6 clutter up his home. Sell death coming up the coast. Freedom ain't a function, it's a mode. Throw a couple punches in the mirror. Punch a beer approach on somebody talking to me or thumper out the coat. Draw something savage on the back or the front or the both. A taunt for the fungus and the mold. Stop around the room like a child. Throw your baba on the floor. Drama, the side. Body like a buoy in the tide. Bomber comes shooting through his eyes. Brain in a pan. Black is the color of the paint in a can. Remove all the tubes and the wires. Polish every tooth and you smile. Document the chill and living up the air beautifully beguiled. Black is the color of the snow. Rats in the cupboard by the stove. Keep tricks clutter up his home. The green is a fairy in the fog. Queen pants stubbing up his cones. Sweet man to carry you to God. Give him to my ride.
Cancer, Leo, Sagittarius. Pisces, Libra, Scorpio, Aries, Gemini, Taurus, let him die for it.
Delicate freak show alert the frame. Bachelor flags with a max bin park. Corona out of most the joke the cold vein. Boogie down kids to slip past the guard. Death with a mask, got a radical mass. Megaphone buzz and a whooper on bricks. We are not trained to divert the trash. But Mark space burst with a prayer for the blitz. Stand up for the cinema fire. Simi and I are cold shimmy for the cinnamon sky. Intimate eyes, loophole, known alleys. Scoop the bounty like daddy hires bazooka to murder Alfie. I curd with burnt milk, Parigas eye on a piranha money. Counter with the knuckle that hustle bread at a copper tummy. One of these rebels will level the Mark City, but the NY Uber Alice government picky up the janky Jesus for the species you bleed with. Soldier poach the folklore. Jump guns through the 9th gate. Jump guns like a noon 6 burner lit up on the 9th pace. Even set among a portion conformed to the blind stage. Never lured by the formal watching imported wine's age. We bound to the gusto mustard by the mecha bot. Plowed by the public, ushered out the letterbox. Wowed by the subject, punctured by the helicopter. Boy meets vermin, the widescreen version. Headaches, nausea, vomiting, facial paralysis. These are a few of my favorite venomous side effects. Mamba, watermark, pit, viper, diamondback, anaconda, boom, slang, cobra, by the back, spinal tap, grabs to the clapper. Aesop Rock is the Cadillac, a natural disaster. Push that button, everybody gotta push something. The spiny envelope is where it wasn't. I'll work with the builders, whittle my guerrilla military, and fizzle them through the vigilante filters. 2 lamps left to the toggle. How they fit that ninja in a bottle? 100 million motherfuckers with their hands out versus walking zipper bombs trying to keep the man down.
Sit up. If you're the fancy footwork,
Get bit by the hound.
laced up. If you're the fence to the sky,
Get bit by the crowd.
Virgo, Aquarius.
Yeah.
Cancer, Leo, Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Pisces, Libra, Scorpio, Aries, Gemini, Taurus, let him die for it.
I was chewing my tongue out of my mouth one day when the blood in my dirt by the blazes. What I said, curve it like any nervous habit. Till Maverick told me that Coyote Pecker smother won't wear aprons and later to get her bangs. Fisherman gut runners oblivious to the glimmer of innocent duck feathers. Want a carnivore war bed? I'll be at the Bronx Zoo with a lockpit kid. On the eject my cockpit bench, helicopter, not for cops, on kamikaze Billy Flop. Roger, off that kill a ground monster. We have the time, we come for your water. Boom, that's when the church corrupts. When the mayor knuckle
dust city worker walks. When the stars finger bass like a flirt with sluts. You'll see the fire engine red box gears perk up. Metal pedal and settling, trouble house, settle the trembling, measuring mellow on the levitate of the mezzanine. Never seen a ton of brakes pressing clean dapper till it's pinstripe and skull shot 40 stories out. You can say on a ketamine assassin. Came for stress, right? Former left you unimpressed. Now part of me, heart of an eyeball, but cool by fucking yacht dog. Terminally alienated and bent awkward by the what threat package in a slick as sprays where the paranoid high tools proper like suspicious cargo in a high school locker, and it looks like war, wax like war, so it's octopus razor and I sways at the door. 100 million motherfuckers hold me back, the hand cannons won't ask special Zodiac boy, 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 boy. Delivering eye candies, float to them with clutch when I tried it. Never give a how far I you are dealing with a reborn escalade, poltergeist, off rocks, sidewalk cycle, stuck at the bus stop, Wookiewood must stop, sleep under the invaders. No batter, no jumper cables, wired under ragers, play box cutter, facelift, rock cutter, makeshift spirit. Y'all, I'm just a funny moniker with a couple of fresh records and a banging me inside. I put the jookies on a guest list. Walk for that, metal train rap, brainiac. Walk for them, not a lie night. Word of blustless, I've been crimson when I'm multi-million tin men. Traditional rituals out the hearts of starving children. And I bet they can see the city bleeding from the satellite. Formed by the corporate war drums recorded poorly. Dirty duck band, bruised by the Hughes wicked pallets. Chewed by the two-delivered maggots. Dino DNA and pull up straight, no chase. SARS attacks, colorful miss rappers and motherships. Hazy days to stay purple. Sits with a Z bargain like crazy Eddie commercials. That work with a dirt devil. Burn train buffers. High. The way your little parasol spins by. My Neanderthal catapult spin. Grooves in the screws and bolts, and all they heard screws go and bolt and soak and bolt. Zap radio, mayhem fine. Suicidal eye full of plastic knives. Bang. No bad, no jumper cables. No bad, no jumper cables.
Nah, I ain't running this. Yeah, I'm bombing this.
Come on. Catapult, jump, motherfucker, no bad, catapult, jump, motherfucker, okay, yo, they came to bust the name, stuck to the train, that's the textbook page, my seat up in the plane, catapult, jump, motherfucker, no bad, catapult, jump, motherfucker, okay, curators cater to killers of innovators, I'm a state, no bad, no jump, show train bumpers like a headlock, head pop, nurture the crowd, the concrete visionary, cave painter screaming loose in the cuffs, cave paintings get the natural history feather dust, pick a lust, limo tent stretch, DeLorean chrome, sitting on 20s, then I woke to the stove, burning my laundry, low pro, fucked up jeans, back in the party, spitting cane meats, flight in the balconies in a heartbeat, saber teeth, catalog, city art, liturgy, Rex and David, and click maximum efficiency, and it's an antidote, the line of flying, winging pygars, and had it while I'm planking to the map post.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is no.
Keeping the city awake, babe. Waiting for the media shitting a 12-sipper gang paint. The origin of a thievery leader would take place. 2 coke bottles storing the rogue toddler. Rebel the refrigerator, devil vanilla whipper and no role model. Provoke him to shift focus, cause he noticed that a cookie tastes better when it gets stolen. Kids got the darndest quirks, so don't skip tours for his mama's person. And the fireworks from the bullies that blow up his barn, which he kept box yard work isn't carved from a klepto anthem, but a klepto tangent. Preface the grand canvas, dance to the dirt. Stand up, celebrate the natural need to own what ain't earned. Zeros of a tongue like a smoke ring, rolls of a lung till it's done. Ready, set, kept petty theft on a post-it. Later reply to motives to a moment on some grown shit. Hey, you with the sharp BM. Did you foreplay a GM or you carpet a DM? Warplay a porn game, porn to get the shore way to freedom or correlate with the sword clay and heathens. Trickery, I'm back talk fresh out of high school on the prickly catwalk of the modern grind slide crew. Every last number in its history got its own little hustle to nuzzle up with a victory. Thanks. Bathe in a bottle of your finest. Tackle every sift through the piss looking for diamonds. What the hell appears to put the chemi in the climate? Get your money from the riches. Get your from the fly. Slow and low. Do-it.com. Suicide king in a tug of the palm. Slow and low. Do it, I stuck. 2 to 5 cans in a tuck of the trunk. And these are the 5 fingers that are stealing from you. And these are the 5 fingers that are stealing from you. And these are the 5 fingers that are stealing from you. Go. One by one, like little confused worse than these yes men who used to use weapons like a bitter little burglar, jaded up at the bucket seat is dumb enough to feel like the public. Oh, I'm a thief. Nope, gotta configure the 5 fingers, sort of hot wired vehicular skillers. Eyes on the prize and the intake flush to hope the fruits of your labor relative the initial rush. Like step on the abysmal cusp of matchmakers trying to make the mixed signals. Then incubate the mud baby through his stigmas, crunch like he will learn to walk after we list the drums. And this is certified milk by the New York Department of Skullduggery. Shot left quicker than your shutter speed. Click, 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 jump. Water, soda, color, crummy motherfucker breathe with me. It go knock, rummy at a proper speed. The seeds all grown, stop playing grown people games. Evil lames grown, encompass the whole steeplechase. Grip. Flipping of the system will be heavily clocked, cause opportunities fickle if they're a trickle. Let's stop. Capture the flag, drag that bastard flat through the half-man glass. After the after it back, scratch that. Welcome to the magic in a basket of cash. Low and low, do it .com. Suicide king in a tug of the palm.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is no.
Flash that buttery gold, jittery zeitgeist with by the watering hole. Water patrol, water we the heart, Huckabee, yark, buckery suddenly. Not enough young in his lung for the water wing. Colorfully vulgar, poacher at a mulch like I'm a put a post at a soldier in bolts. Sign of the time we elapse when a primate climb up a spine and attach. Eye for an eye by the bog like swamps and vines. They get a rise out of frogs and flies. So when a dog bites, hog tie price, what it costs to life. The mouse water on a fork and knife, and the allure isn't right. No score when a war torn beach where the cash cows actually beef. Blood turns wine when a leak for police like that's not a riot, it's a beast.
And I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like none shall pass. None shall pass. None shall pass.
You never had a day of snow cone, couldn't fix. You wouldn't relate to the rowboat, caught her blitz. And we spoke to a no-dose, motor on the fritz, cause he wouldn't play a role or fetch like a and express no regrets, though he isn't where the homeowner's pissed to the jokers imposed by the glitz. Sign of the swine and the swarm when a king is a whore who comply and conform. Miles outside in the eye of the storm with a siphon, a lure, and a prize and award while avoiding the violent bazaar that is violence and war. True blue triumph is more like wait, let him snake up out of the centerfold, let him break the walls of Jericho. Ready go, sat where the old cardboard city folks swap tails with heads like every other penny.
And I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like none shall pass. None shall pass. None shall pass.
Tried to trick you. You've got a lot of nerve. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to help.
Okay, woke to a grocery list, goes like this, duty and death. Anyone object, come stand in the way. You could be my little Snake River Canyon today. And I ran with a chain of commands and a jetpack strap with a backstab lands if I can. Sign of the vibe in the crowd when I cut a belly open to find what climb out. What a bit of gusto we must erupt to make a dark horse rush like enough's enough. It must have struck a nerve so they huff and puff. The Lord of Kings men fluster and clusterfuck, and it's a beautiful thing. To my people who keep an impressive wingspan, even when the cubicle shrink, you gotta pull up the intruder by the root of the weed and watch you through the machine.
And I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like
None shall pass.
I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like
None shall pass.
I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like
None shall pass.
I will remember the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like
None shall pass.
Remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like
None shall pass. Pass, 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 pass. It's mood dad. Been a lot more lost in the wake. I recall thinking someday someone's gonna say it's all from the same cause and effect, and I just couldn't fathom. Blaming a whole new page on a made-up chain reaction. Each claim individual peaks and pockets, pains in a slew of unique nuances. Nah, me, when you wake up 8 years non-responsive, it's a lot to process. Gone from a happier jack in the box to a package of clogged up chakras. Oh, shot spot, nothing ever after. Rewind it from the once upon a time, ... Once upon a time, he was so much more than a punchline for his own pot shots. I watched the impossible kid, everything that he touched turns promptly to shit. If I zoom on out, I can finally admit it's all been a blur since Moo got sick. None of the subsequent years stood a chance. Whether it was mom's or his man's, whether it was pops or his girl, I was poison. Heart full of canines, head full of voices. Whole life trying to quiet him down like a suicide king with a knife in his crown. Hounds at bay, but they just won't stay. True friendship in a tugboat way. Ego dark in the face of the when the was a friend, I was basically done. Into the woods, go his alien tongue. It was that or a textbook fake and a funk, and I can't. Here go the hindsight. 8 years been one long blindside. I could pinpoint 7 more turns that occurred cause he never really healed from the first. Oh, what a world, and he hack as a myth, and he dap as a joke, and he map as a trick, and he graph as a hoax. Ease on down, I'm burning up, I'm bleeding out. No one ain't half the battle, that's a bullshit quip written by some ant. You can own what you are, still sit around stoned in your car, not doing shit. Halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss key and hat full of bills. You can own what you are, still sit around stoned in your car, not doing shit. Halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss key and hat full of bills. Step on the lawn, I keep the foot peeping. The pot goes 6 degrees of cookies boiling. Blitz the beach and mush peas over 10 meat hooks with a blister reach. I'm all pincher. Beavery hoodie on, hoodie off. Sweat through his ET sheets to the worry dolls. Never met a quiet storm that didn't grow into a choir of colliding horns that go click, click, clack. A territorial syntax sitting on the porch with his lids pinned back. Pinball waves and a thimble of Sims. I'm a symbol of whimsy abridged. Kiss me, I'm dead. Nursing a mystery Dayquil. Led Zepp staring daggers down Page Mill. How pray tell do we feel pretty when the old one to unglue in a tizzy. Please hold for the don't play dull boy. Click. I am not a page or a pull toy. Came in the door and the floor is live. A killjoy at the core, more Norman Rockwell. Born homesick for an invisible address. Bat shit, bumble and bat around catnip. One black heart category massive. Packed in a fat category 5 rat nest. Nose on the sleeve, holes in the centerpiece. Robot bone like a tentacle of flippancy. I hate you. Hate you more. No, I hate you infinity and Pangea breaking a smithereens. Interlude, presto, change yo. If it move too quick, oh well. Right brain go, white train rainbow. Mustache any all Monet.
Good morning,
yes.
sunshine.
Merrily in a cobweb tool when I holler at a heresy. Broadband school by the Godhead, Emberly pool, dog sled sending some dead Kennedys. Bet morphed into kerosene, all full of caution, a straw man lost on board bill. Makes the business with 144 Dixie whistlers. Launch, twist, NASCAR, missing thing. I'ma kiss the ringer, so you're privy to the misadventures. It's electric, meeting in the middle of the street with a lethally modified Piccolo Pete. There is admittedly an incredible mystique to meddling in the reason a city won't sleep. 48 strings of 12 that ring, whiz, bang, jingle bells and melt bootleg G.I. Joe's to black taffy. Classic, fire in the whole back drafting. Full wildlife at a bull pack rapping. Full moon, badney, full hat cappy. TNT plunger in all caps, acme. Blast for a path at a whole map and scream. No sling, no spear, I'm a patchwork of 86 springs and gears have been stung by an unlinked pinky swear. The ring is what in the was the thinking years? Maybe an awkward phase like a Zach and sophomore fade played. Maybe an awkward phase like a Zach and sophomore fade played. Awkward Zach and fade. Awkward Zach and fade.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is no.
I never don't float with the 4 winds. Sweat, cold, piss, warm, make war films. No doors on the force field, radio ahead. I log any palpitation of the web. With a rave to the angel of death. Entertainment a threat. By the end, you're a savory crap. Models that mar the orbit and corner retort. There's more exhibition than boy or boy. Cold dawn meets the carnate. Every day I wake up in a different carcass. If I climb out quite, I miss before tea. I see no need to initial the tree. I seem to have run out of skin on my teeth. I look like I feel like a fish in a beak. I look like a dick in my picture ID, but also the pick isn't me. Sideways rain to chew the zoo up. Okay, losing a shoe in the mud. Okay, losing a shoe in the mud. Okay, losing a shoe in the mud. Sideways rain to chew the roof through. Home by 12 o'clock and 2 shoes. Home by 12 o'clock and 2 shoes. Home by 12 o'clock and 2 shoes.
Break out with that bullshit money. Break out with that bullshit money. Break out with that bullshit money. That bullshit money.
If you cultivate the grit that make a fold to face the brick that make a bolt escape the fist. Some days on the road to make you miss and make the whole of the probe equate to piss. Blood rain in my veins of the forecast, swung through space like a blade through stored fat. Graze over the gate in a gore fest, ain't really played to the neighborly format. Brain baited adventuring out of his norm is a lesson in mapping the doors. Anything more in the lap of the gods, anything less than imbalance in doors. It seems like even the ragtag grab bag raise eyebrows when you're rat back quack quack. Spitfires the kids to pitch dark heroes, the big boy.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Dumb for a song, kids break a pick. When I click, it's difficult to pick one. I depict the wisdom in a particular condition, like plain old birds in the same old flu fight. Rebranded and draped in a good light. Boat break from a day at the bullfight. Or to come pray in the radiant bullseye. I don't blame y'all, the force awakens on Flatbush Avenue, forest bathing. Blood pressure ain't a touch extra. My cholesterol back to nothing special. Skin clear and my legs strong and my spine fused and my grain gone and bodega spangled in a mere 35 octillion lumens at a low angle through incense smoke from a folding table. It's basically nature's stolen cable till it ain't. Time is a pick to the ice. Right when you chillin', it be chippin' at the vibe. Most tipper hadn't slippin' to the high, but I dip into the grid. Rats sniffing out the mines like. Falls like pop wild and it's coming in hot, trying not to fight it. That helicopter, that 5-0 siren, CD squawking, Bombitos vice grips. I mean Brian Eno mixtape, my nigga lifeless. Adrift in the eye of the side quest. Sign me, please don't feed the wildlife unless don't need to mislead the night shift. Sun is Row and Kachi or Ralph Lust from the brush pad of Kim Jung G swirling. Junkyard tires and love seats and house pets all swept up in a one beast to love, y'all. Bring your adult teeth and move in the laws. A pulse and a juice with the pulp. Midnight pushing up and up and Amari. Birds little long man, what army, huh? Loads of weeper in the wheat hour speaking, I'm low in the ether. I could see him in a throwback shoes like I saw at Easter. I could bounce ideas off an angel, a demon, or any other brand of Cthulhu. I could rinse in the ambient wind, but I can't relate the intangibles to crystals in the handle of my hammer to the ember like.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is no.
In 86, I had a hamster named Elizabeth. Got her at the mall with that whole habit trail tube system shit. Cried a month when she escaped captivity all by herself. That when her mother found her behind the dryer, alive and well. Strangely, I recall that over how and when she died. A message in my brother now. He said she left the second time, but like for realsies. Well, if that don't beg a different take. The triumphate, they're coming home. It's in the second prison break. It's interesting what the memory cherry picks and what it pardons. We're nothing if not silver lining, stuffed into compartments like some printer's tray, repurposed for shelving your tiny tinctures that each remind you of a specific time you were injured, interacting with the living. Those shifting lines of scrimmage always situated just behind some hypnotizing visage. If you're at all susceptible to a finger that beckons from out a curious portal, make sure you're briefed at the entrance. Identify 1,000 different snakes. Turn around, still trust the motherfucker out the gate. The recommended avenue is as he say, not as he do. But as he do, if you annoy yourself with your own ballyhoo as he do, then people be like, wow, you're such a hypocrite. And I'm like, yo, you can't be this completely stupid. I hope you suffer horribly. Like I'm not even a violent person, which makes me a double hypocrite. Yo, fashion from the 80s. Mahi, fresh from the banana leaf. Deliver the manna Lahaina's banyan tree. Rent me a two-seater that boasts an uncommon wheel count. That out-of-town embarrassment barreling through some speed round. Before cars headed, man expressed the sentiment of needing to recklessly drive a car through a weather event. Out the other side, heaven sent, what a ride. Feathered hair that never relent. Summertime. Smell the roses right outside the Den of Lobos. Who could smell the polo fanny pack coated in melted Rolos? The tropers play it cool and act like they're supposed to be there. But I'm not a cool actor, I do not play, I do declare. Next summer, y'all's panels on my fear of abandonment. Get the force of 1,001 unbelievable shenanigans. Friendly hangs, effortlessly peppered with contentious slang and extras. Till you playing 20 questions with interrobangs. What the f***, how the h***, who are you? Is hope even a factor in the forward you are looking to? I ain't throwing shade, I'm only asking for this final scene. I don't need that energy around me when I'm finding peace. 6'4", 240, gussied up and camera shy. I'm just trying to eat, but all they see is spotted lantern fly. Tantrum with the biggest baby in the candy aisle. I could not have picked a better day to corn dog, face halfway to P40 Warhawk, raised in the gore with the horse and the warthogs, aged in the basement, East Count kicking dog years. I'm rich when I'm broke, it's amazing. I'm three-eyed fish in a mode, I'm a joke, I'm a Kilroy pissed in a snow. Most of the ex-old folk in his past grew up in a poser and sociopath. Old portfolios openly dissed, OG morals, Tokyo drift house, low-key miffed. You was trying to get your own pants unpissed, yelling the rich. Now we down low, count dough in a bubble. Spit shine shoes, grow coats on puddles. In the face of fame, I never color with the cancer impatient. Age-old bugs in the amber, bedhead Lazarus, climb at a time warp. No one to impress, what would I comply for? I never ate dinners with pop stars. You wouldn't paint litter on a Bob Ross. New York slobs, hopscotch on rock salt. Less Tupac, more pot marks.
Way down now, I love it, but way down here. You're so cheap. We don't know. Way down low, I love it, but way down here. Yours too key. We don't know.
Primordial metazoan friends. Break bread with a plan to coalesce. Turns out couldn't even coexist. It was each go round in a rope and a wrist all gross. Unsung sons and daughters. Mole rats, brawlers, punks, paupers in a scramble to see who hugs the corners, who cuts the cord, who drugs the gorgeous, who runs on floors through duns and crawlers. On a speed date with a red couple of quarters. Ain't never buzzed with the hornets. Stay home tongue on a 9-bolt. Punk's not a corpse yet. Get served. Thank the pig. No gold, no myrrh, no frankincense. Little man on wire, no safety net. It's a way of life. It's a face of death. The cold came in the door. Shore's ray is chef. Open. Robots owning emotion. New to a cruelty, humor, and love. Each day a little less stupid. Burnouts at the prom. Turn down for your mom. Truck stop, cutlery, crown to cancel. Broadcast from the bouncy castle. Let's go.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Good morning, sunshine.
Spin dock, sweet dreams go Hitchcock. Discord with no sick days. Limbs draped and all ripped stop. Faded ink on my rib cage. My glass heart, my brains. My Jaguars around beautiful New York strip steak. Ain't change. Doodle over these blueprints. Have been shoot have been boo hissed. Chewed up, he's too much. I ain't too much, y'all too prim. World's end around curfew when they rotate grotesque forms. Sneak up in some mech suit. Make off with their best horse. Roads paved with pulled pins. Hood sprayed with wolf piss. Engineer this tire fire. Come pull up on that bullshit. I might piece out of my deep freeze and turn pale death in like 2 shakes. Swoop in and get 2 shade. Tune into my blue phase. October, I'm in bloom and that cold snap and that wing croon. Trail mix in my road pack and the road back to this igloo. Stick him over around dead light, he ain't talk much. Step aside from my left, right, I'm like on one. Never mind when these dogs mush. Days seem normal, but the nights get pretty weird. Trip the wrong light, y'all might get disappeared. I'm in here. I'm in here. Days seem normal, but the nights get pretty weird. Trip the wrong light, y'all might get disappeared. I'm in here. I'm in here. Fall back sound of my born tracks. These mole rats get dragged off to this golf clap. Bath salt to my black coffee, I'm back talk from that wrong path. Y'all ragdolls, tag-alongs become thumbtacks on wall maps. Dreadnought with no false flag, I'm all red cake with my real name. Around sensates from that steel cage with like 10 ways to steal paint. Field notes on my whetstone and my steel toes and my pet pro. Red phone on sleep mode with these meal rolls with my friends. No peers, white smoke from both ears. Rain gods that wave wands around biomes, y'all ho. So off it ain't no thing, I make no comment, no job beyond cold-blooded coyote king. Hone in on my smoke rings. Most often I kick rocks with that boom tone is all pin drop. Peek into my ethos to go please hold. Creep show, we throw snow caps from these nosebleeds. Comfortable around cold backs and unknown seas. Pro mag, I don't sleep. Days seem normal, but the nights get pretty weird. Trip the wrong light, y'all might get disappeared. I'm in here. I'm in here. Days seem normal, but the nights get pretty weird. Trip the wrong light, y'all might get disappeared. I'm in here. I'm in here.
We don't need no walkie-talkies, no walkie-talkies. We just want our arbitrary to stay in our go. And the last shall be first to immerse in a pass out heat. Facing him up with a moxie melt till he woke up drowning in tchotchke. Born in a cave with a torch on a wall and a window arrangement of porcelain dolls on a brand new day. Saw what he saw. Property owners were calling them all. With a bad tooth in a face like he authored a law. Face like he mourning a loss. Right hand on a can of worms. Left full of gold, he will drape a turn. I mean, that's okay. You got to answer to you at the end of the Bible of day. With a model of mercy, it might no way. Marionette will clap and obey. Look, all that noise, call that flight of the water boys. Meet and greet, and they all slap five. Cheek to cheek when they colonize. And a grown-ass man shall abide as he wish. Walk that path with a diamond and stick. Walk that path with a diamond and wine. Walk that path to the firing line. Just walk. Pay no mind to the new recruit with the Plato spine. Be friends from opposite ends. Wait to the kid, don't hop on the fence. Play to the radius far and away. Orbit wide, don't park in his space. One little martyr, we talk in his face. Make one little weatherman sharpen up a blade. No walkie-talkies, we don't need your car from 1 off in the morning coffee. No, we don't need no walkie-talkies, no walkie-talkies. We just want our arbitrary to stay in a coffee. Go. And the last shall be first to the curb with the mad count beat. Facing the bars of a regular cell when he woke up high and collectible. Town kid, he was taught by the bench that a man who expired with the most win. That's warpy American nonsense penned by the rich. Not a routine friend that's an inch. Still not used to the
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Okay, this is the dawning of the book of bitter aspects. When a jackal sit and watch the pedagogues flash breath. Poison function accompanied by 6 armor-clad black horse and buggy mechanisms tugged a portion of my severed vision. The gathering of loose ends in a bucket with a shoestring budget. Every man's got a field to plow. I know that now. But it's like, man, I really can't afford the oxen, fee, fi, etc. This is the dawning of the book of bitter aspects. When a jackal sit and watch the pedagogues flash breath. Poison function accompanied by 6 armor-clad black horse and buggy mechanisms tug portion of my severed vision. The gathering of loose ends in a bucket with a shoe budget. Every man's got a plow. I know that now. Like, man, I really can't afford the oxen, fee, fi, etc. I smell a warm, the bill collector knocking. I get walk with me sturdy with a frigid liquid backbone. I get swept in a pressure cooker trying to paddle back home. I get sprung with a vibe and alliance and clean attention by eclipsing doom that it can attach the basties picking fences. Now I'll attend the wedding of the open sword and festering. And when the groom presents the ring, the bride commenced the blistering. Textbook magnificently crude. Inside King Berserker module inserted vertical thirst. Burst horizontal treasure. Loose cannon span a starboard bow with a clipper ship dipped in truth famine, pressure. Cabin fever made a pegging ludicrous. Beautiful cartoon trooper swallow poodle futility with a teaspoon full of sugar. I rock ready, aim fire. While y'all rock ready, fire aim. Then blame the stationary target while the prey escapes the frame. Merit bad marksman of Ocean, it's all the same. So I lay across the board perpendicular to the grain. Be a big bang, gotta be. Never about me, been a property. I wanna see you, yes sir, sir. Yes sir. All with a tone cross or to the bone. One of the other brothers I was born for a long big bang. Shoving in a big dick, hotter than a tunnel of big dreams. I think big things. I'm a burn with a spittle out of mine and a pride concern to earn thanks. I'ma be a big bang. I wanna be a big bang, gotta be. Never about me, been a property. I wanna see you, yes sir, sir. Yes sir. All with a tone cross or to the bone. One of the other brothers I was born for a long big bang. Shoving in a big dick, hotter than a tunnel of big dreams. I think big things. I'm a burn with a spittle out of mine and a pride concern to earn thanks. I'ma be a big bang.
Stethoscope to a bull. Woolly Willy peel off in a barrel over the falls. Down river by the time they radio for the dogs. I crossed heart, can't tell a bad day from a death wish. Detour through the graveyard with a chef's kiss. They don't make a pill for that, it's too advanced. All you can do is lick your wounds and whistle past the boogeyman's. Wicked forces in the wings descending on the simple things. Like Taffy at the boardwalk under ribbons of flamingo pink, which mutates in an overcrowded plink. I want a laser grid. Havens turn dangerous. Friendly faces traitorous. I'm never late, I'm never early, ever right when I'm meant to counteract the evil that men do. I'm a motherfucking gem and a refuse. Even when the world's ending, what the F is your excuse? Don't get brave around the cave mouth. Get chased, ain't no lollipop on the way out. I'm way out. The way of the walk is a different discipline. It's difficult. 10,000 hours get you the guinea pig. Dirtbag daddy, snatch a lackey off a chessboard. Hack up any edgelord. Plastic wrap death store. 10-4 half-wit, I ain't your good buddy. I can, however, be bought with a blue slushy. Good God, good God. Every idol I ever met is a con man. Good God, good God, good God. Got a hopscotch hop and a hot pan. Good God. Good God. Good God. I grew up over 7 plots of Maplewood that chew up new terrain. You laughing because I'm different, I'm laughing cause you the same. I've been discovering a distant corner of the human brain whose function is to see you rue the day that you rebuke the name. Don't do it. Social cues bouncing off as open wounds. Folk are on some oh hello, I'm on some hocus pocus poof. Holy moly, motion blur from bloke to canis lupus. By the 5th frame of the photo booth. Show that to your focus group. You cannot domesticate the modern vigilante who increasingly identifies as energy expanding. My pat on the back is a little Edward Scissorhandsy. Come and send it with the cleverest to never stick the landing. Tomb Raider, screw face under the gauze. Y'all should giddy up or get your city covered in salt. Yeah, I am dumb enough to run through a wall. Build another one and run through it too. What is he on? Electric green smoothies and bean water from Vietnam. Orchids in the air and over 40 years to beat the clock. We will not be keeping calm. We will turn barbarians to carry at the senior prom. Meet us in the creeping fog. I know you weebles wobble, but never completely topple. Leaving more reason from gym, something else is skin on. Melted butter king prawn, drinking from the dog's bowl. Doobie at the dog park, ninja at the log roll. Ralph on keys, house on a haunted hill. Go a couple rounds in the bullpen. Trolling where the map is black, attracted to the lawlessness. Back and forth and back, I'm tracking y'all marauders in. Black flag, flyer, rag, tag, attire, snack bag. Cat dad, stay away from crack and all that jazz. Hair like crabgrass, spine made of butter. Got my nose from my mother. My eyes change colors. The energy that cannot be contained by paint by numbers. Cannot be restrained with basic nails and lumber. I get the shutter shaking. The
Fun is taking power from the nobles and returning home to share with other Powerball hopefuls. I'm on the front porch about facing bannermen. Manners that are mad as hell, it also takes animals in. Dirty birds, bad dogs, trash cans, lab chimps, hanging trespassers by the ankles, thanks management. Inventor by the artificial rose, sporting water from the pocket up the party goer's nose. Fly inside an ice cube, disappearing pen ink, cobras in the mixed nuts. This guy's thought more of everything. Well, there's less rescuing, everything else in abundance. Get you a set and come up and sold at the press of a button. Something to quell the gumption, y'all. Get well, or welcome to utterly unwelcome. The Norman Rockwell that ran a rally in seconds. Now the normals need a network of lenses with motion sensors and hold the camera phones like loaded weapons. Oh heavens, out here where it's out there.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is no.
Mr. T in New York in the 80s. I was 7-8ish, waiting for a table at Carnegie where my family hood did not always agree on what was wavy, but would shut up once a week because we loved our 18. Pop seen him sitting there, bearded man, dink of hair, whispered so that we could hear, guys, Mr. T is here. Mr. T is real? I mean, I know he's real, it's just we only seen him on TVs like a superhero to us. We was trying to catch a glimpse, my mama said don't make a scene. He probably having lunch with friends, I think they about to pay and leave. I've never seen a famous person, let alone Baracus. He about to walk right by us, that's more than I can process. I felt a mighty presence center in my elbow room. Looked up and seen a rings, each its own yellow moon. I seen enough gold to break the average neck in two. Feather hanging from the ear, gear that say don't mess with you. No fools, no suckers. Be good to your mother. No dummies, no punks. I pity every last one. One. Mr. T's 100 feet tall. Arms like trucks, probably punched through a wall. My father said his name and sort of nodded to acknowledge him, which would in turn confirm that this was not some type of hologram. Big warm smile, earring and earring, from a television toughie to endearing his eerie. Started rubbing his belly, then equipped for the pups. It takes a place like this to fill Mr. T up. Get it? For those of you who don't know the establishment, they're famous in Manhattan for serving gigantic sandwiches. We shared a laugh about the portions, a humanizing nice behind the on-screen performance. He kept the brief, said his piece, and with that, disappeared in a cloud, mystique obscenely intact. He played it perfect to a nervous kid he met at his peak. We spent the meal like holy Moses. We just met Mr. T, 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 I was on a cloud, cherubs brushing my hair. For several hours you were on the ground punching the air. I'm alive, one of infinitely under repair. Some people call me Aesop Rock, some is somebody there. Shh, somebody's not, and it's more than a passive vacancy. It's less than 0 people stealing baguettes out the bakery. Witness like who wasn't that? And roots will prove a negative and losing, trying to enter antimatter into evidence. Break the expletives, back in holy country where the neighbor's cat is missing and no coyote is hungry. And every lizard leaping, I'm every bit indecent, aiming for whoever presently king of the tetrahedron. The funny part is who would even want to sit up there? Throne schmoan, I'm home in a Herman Miller chair, working, hunched over something, blowing smoke, Kirby on his lap, purring, cervical spine chirping, chills. It's perfect, certain as the plaid shirt tag reads Kirkland. I walk around late, cross the bridge back. Never passed the quiz for a bridge troll's trick bag. Even if he offers 3 guesses, I appreciate the interest, but will not be taking questions. I will be taking any route I want, including dead ends, to any place I want, including all the many heavens. But it's a mess out here. I heard it's a mess there too. remember when the smoke starts flowing and your eye starts stinging and your throat starts closing, what a little fresh air can do. By the first red slipper, a day star. Somebody went and freed a couple chickens in the graveyard. Weird flex, but I like a weird flex. I like an odd duck who adheres to a spirit quest say. Fish swim in circles where he curdles. Dogs purr, birds fly inverted. Perps surface, but the waves are yay high. Surface way up. Ocean water rain sustain the great. Get barrel, get spat through space time. Beast way dressed strange, different plane and dateline. Before the stop, stare at questionnaire. Dressed like a rocket man.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is no.
Bang, 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 bang out loud. Ready on the left with a face full of death. He's slanked out, bang out now. This is an episode disco. New York tycoon, memorandum, bonanza banner. Click, trunk out the fishbowl. Gorgeous house, struggling gills, wriggle out water, ain't it? Safescape is the walls, crawling with paranoia, slated. The robo come.
And he couldn't get higher.
Alright,
And he couldn't get higher.
I like
And he
that.
couldn't get higher. And he couldn't get higher. And he couldn't get higher.
Alright,
And he couldn't get higher. And he couldn't get higher.
alright.
And he couldn't get higher. And he couldn't get higher.
Alright,
And he couldn't get higher. And he couldn't get higher. And he couldn't get higher.
welcome to the pop off, some pop sauce. We bang, 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 bang out loud. Ready on the left with a face full of death. He's slanked out, bang out now. This is an episode disco. New York tycoon, memorandum, bonanza banner. Click, trunk out the fishbowl. Gorgeous house, struggling gills, wriggle out water, ain't it? Safescape is the walls, crawling with paranoia, slated. The robo, Komodo, promos, and patience. A like to this jittery, drooling mess. Bitterly unruly, on mud hooker for 30. Usher dirt to the kick circus. Deflected labor at the questions field at the field workers. Please. Be the 10-foot pole, the baptized middle Linus minus the lap ride and tease. Evolution is a leader, depleter, seeker, needy sheep, idle feeder, beware. Once complete, you might not want to be there. Dead straw to gold bar, spin fiber. Lost and bound in a spin, kittens, incisors. The Aphrodite all over the burgle of a purple heart compartment. March the burgundy carpet alarmed and bar two parts to bark it. Lil Abner, a real firecracker. Grows to throw bows with vehicular hijackers. To eavesdrop, plots, cops hired a wiretapper. That's a whippersnapper trapped beneath my grip on a fire ladder. Drums of a two devil, the ones of a line tone. Punch stupid ticks that they find homes like 3 ruby clicks. Roof is on fire where Snoopy sits right now. You should have yourself in the foot when it was in your mouth. Thieves in the strokes, decrease your post for the disease that grows underneath the toes. Hold up a reason y'all soul never seems to slow. No, we can all breathe slow once the beans explode. Go deep. You never got the grit right. Bark fame, but you never put the grit down. Walk styles, but you never got the grit right. Put the grit down, grit right, get down. This is an epidog disco. Defamation, a dog and pony. Grappled out, chintzy, chipping, Leo da Vinci phonies. Pussy king and hill globally, nobody got you. Right. The biggest brother's watching bigger brother, watching big brother watch you. Nothing says circus fun, fight like nuclear holocaust. Over breakfast on a terrace. Hash browns in peril. Old Ironsides, a good ship lollipopper. Davy Jones still got a locker. Octa offers more than docks and soccer mom. Now, the more you kick your feet up, I'm married and divorced. Mother Nature after sweet talking that old hag out of a prenup. This information's neither braggadocio nor secret. Just no absent now, the world is technically not yours. Peanut day in the life of a carny dog-faced boy escape. Living large, watching Springer, smoking beanies wrapped in bacon. At night is get busy, disease leaking, peeking. And he say, she say, hey Jesus, turn peg legs to Adidas on a downstroke. And they like, what's up with the name? I tell them y'all made bazooka truth. I was about to ask the same. But before you curfew the city and shut down every block, I'd like to say I still Aesop head of the rock like these in the strokes. Decrease your toes for the disease that grows underneath the toes. Hold up a reason y'all scold that seems slow. No, we can all breathe slow once the beams explode. Go deep. You never got the grit right. Bark fame, but you never put the grit down. Walk styles, but you never got the grit right. Put the grit down, grit right, get it down.
You're live in the mix mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is wrong.
First uninvited tech, I hear pinging, ringing a cameo from the hammer's bam. The vanish, finishing a banana, cramping to the glamp, and vanish off the can, I'm frying pan, a fire, needle hand on my tannic fan to flame my animals with access to the roof like Michelangelo, about to free a statue from a cube. Hold a can of ruby like a spam masubi. In a blink, I turn a block to the pomegranate smoothie. All state ball of fleas, walk in front of Greyhound, and Jay's so clean, even Paul of Thebes came out. Office in the hall of meat, I can't even check the mail without a trail of handlers waving around dog treats. Here, boy, ace from before the first Star Wars. I survived Action Park, I survived lawn darts. Salsa bar, all stars, buzzing and bitching. I got a seat at the summit for any son of perdition. What's up? All type of all type of dashing through the atlas, throwing magic at the sciences. I be in the crow's nest most days. I done had a whole mess rotate. All type of mashing through the mire, the master of my environment. I've been doing laps at the lost world. I can draw a map to the raw nerves. By the bridge, the air is the edge to it. It smells like a burning Sentra, it tastes like a Tanzuna. The tension is extra, the methyl inducer hubris. The hubris produce a weapon for any potential Judas. A newbie can be confused with. It ain't the hood to play who's whoing. I mean, you ain't even viewing it to who is. I cook on every nook, I'm a snapper, the sewer cap. It's a mile of an even cobble, a map of the booby traps. I've been active around the alleys, beyond with a taxi, beyond with a bustle, bus you with blood on the classic khakis. A cannonball in the traffic, a fire escape, his trapeze, a lapse in the record when he circled back to tag the Applebee's and procure the appetizer breadsticks. They kill us in the long run, but unite us in the present. A sign of life in the dead ends, even if it's mostly mildew. You ain't get it if you still on that water you getting into. All type of dashing through the atlas, throwing magic at the science. I'll be in the crow's nest most days. I done had a whole mess rotate. All type of dashing through the mire, the master of my environment. I've been doing laps at the lost world. I can draw a map to the raw nerve.
You're live in the mix with DJ Digumsmak.
Yo, that kid is wrong.